Hello, good morning, chat. Happy spooky season. How is everyone doing this morning? Oh, let me stop my timer. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. I have been very excited for this stream for like upwards of a month at this point since I came up with the idea for it. So I have lots to do because I just keep like adding on to the stuff that I want to do to the stream. I just keep picking up like new stuff. I'm like, oh, it'll be great for Halloween. So I have a whole bunch of stuff to do today and still only 3 hours in which to do it. So I'm not gonna ramble on too long at the start. We should just get started. First off, are you guys ready to see the new VTuber costume? Because I am very excited about it. I was worried I wouldn't be able to get the rigging to work in time, but I realized that I just don't know Live 2D very well and I was being a little bit dumb. So it's working. Are we ready? Hello. This is the Halloween costume. I'm very happy with it. It uses like the same base of VTuber, obviously, because I didn't want to have to completely like re-rig my face. But yeah. I think it's pretty good. If I had a little bit more time to fine tune it, I might change a few more things, but I'm in school, so I only have so much time to work with the VTuber. I'm happy with the idle animation though, with the tail moving. That makes me really happy. Yeah, so this was voted on by the lovely, lovely folks over on YouTube Shorts. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't think my audiences overlap all of that much. I know I have some people that follow me from YouTube Shorts, but for the most part, I don't think they're ever here for streams, because, I don't know, the time in which it is convenient for me to stream is not always the time in which it is convenient for other people to come to stream, so... yeah. I don't think I get a whole ton of overlap with that, but that's okay. If you are here from YouTube, hello, welcome. I'm glad you could make it. I do have a YouTube. I post shorts sometimes. I'm doing a Halloween advent calendar countdowny thing over there right now, which has been tons of fun. Yeah. So that's the VTuber. That's the devil costume that everyone voted on. I like it. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's pretty cool. Honestly, I still say justice for the vampire costume. I think that one was my personal favorite, but I am a person of the people. I do what they say. Maybe I'll do the vampire next year once I get a little bit better at rigging. I think that one might be fun, but I might create an entire new model for doing that one so I can add like some extra fun little details on it. Yeah. That's one of my goals at the moment as well, is that I'm considering maybe once I'm off school for the winter redoing my rig a little bit. Just because I think I've learned, and I think that maybe I could do a little bit better this time around. Because the VTube model I'm using now was like my first go at rigging something in Live 2D. So yeah. I think probably if I were to do it again, I could probably make it a little bit cleaner, but I still like my model. It's fun. It looks cool. And I really like the devil version of it. This is fun. I like having my hair like up like this. It is truly given the androgyny I want to give, so I'm a fan of this one. We're not going to spend too long focusing in on the model. It's like a fun little extra detail, but I do have stuff to do, so let's go over to the desk and adjust my headphones real quick. Because I can never seem to put them on right the first time. And today, so I have a stack of things for us to do. Let me slide them all onto screen at once so you can see what the plans are. So I have the Halloween advent calendar that we've been doing. I have 3 Halloween Unicorno boxes, because I love Halloween Unicornos. I think this is still my favorite series, or the After Dark ones. And I, of course, have the main event, the Pokemon Trick or Trade cards. You're way too close to the camera, hold on. Trick or Trade cards. And I have a bunch of stuff to paint them with, too. So I think for now, we're going to open all of these, obviously. I have day 8 to get to on these, 3 of these to get to, Pokemon cards to get to. I think we're going to start with Pokemon cards so I can like find one to paint while we chat and give everyone else a little bit of time to roll in. I do plan to have some games with chat today, but I'm gonna wait, I think, until we have a few more people who are, like, actually interested in it. Because I don't want to just be, like, launching a lobby and have no one interested in hanging out in it, you know? So these are... I should peel the price sticker off, because I don't want you guys to see where I work. But the Pokemon Trick or Trade packs, essentially what they are they're mini booster packs, so instead of 10 cards, they have 3 per pack. And I believe these ones are like a special Halloween series too, like it's exclusive to the mini packs. And the idea of these, right, is that it comes with 35 mini packs, so 35 packs of 3 cards each. And, you know, the idea is that you give them out to kids for Halloween instead of candy. And so, of course, I'm doing the responsible adult thing, and I'm going to open the entire pack by myself. Except for maybe one, because I think I told my brother I'd save him one, but I'm not sure if he even remembers me saying that, so. Shall we get into it? I'm very excited. I've never opened these before. Ta-da! Oh, they're in there so clean. Look at that. Why don't we start with 5 of them? Ugh. I feel like the Pokemon card opening channels that I always envied when I was a kid. I'll get you guys in a little bit closer. There we go. So, here they are. The art for them this year is pretty cute. They're all the same, but yeah. Got some Pokemon on them. What Pokeween? I still don't like that they called it Pokeween. I think they could have come up with a better name for it. It sounds a little bit, yeah. That looks really cool. I think it'll probably be a lot of, like, dark types and ghost types and stuff like that. The spookier Mon, and obviously I'm sure we'll get some Pikachus in there as well, because it is Pokemon. But why don't we open the first pack? I'll stop talking. Okay. Let's look. Oh, look at the Lampent! I really like the art on this card. It feels weird because I am like hoping to get some duplicates, so I have some to paint. But I'm also just a big Pokemon card fan, and I will just be admiring a lot of the card art, I'm sure. This Lampent is really cute. I really like the background on that. I would love to try and paint this, but this seems like a really complicated background to try and deal with. Oh, look at the Pikachu! This one does not feel spooky in the slightest, other than the fact that it has the pumpkin on it. But I like the background on this one. So shiny. And then a little Phantom. That's cute. Okay, shall we pack 2? I don't actually know how much repetition there's gonna be in these. I hope that there's at least a little bit so that I can paint stuff, obviously, right? I have to imagine there's gonna be some. Like, they're not all gonna be the same, right? Ready? A Litwick! It's cute. Are you supposed to do, like, well, I feel like you're probably supposed to do, bring one from the back to the front so you get the shiny card last. I didn't realize that was a thing with mini boosters. But the Litwick is really cute. I really like Litwick as, like, a Pokemon anyway. Ooh, Fluttermane. This is a really neat card. Yeah, I think you're definitely supposed to do this one last. I'll do that with the future cards. This one's neat. I wasn't a huge fan of Gen 9, but I can still appreciate a good Pokemon card. That one's really neat. And then we have a Trevenant. That one's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't love Trevenant as a Pokemon, but I can understand the vision. Number 3. Better get some to paint on here. Otherwise, I'll just have to start choosing. So, let's try it like this time. A Poltergeist. I was surprised that Poltergeist got another form so fast. I am a matcha enjoyer, but I don't know how I feel about this one. I don't know if there's a lot I could do with this card, you know? Ooh, Umbreon card, yay! This one's really cute. I like it a lot. Ooh, that's so cool. I like. And then a Mimikyu, of course. I like this card too. We'll have to go through and like rank cards afterwards, maybe. I'm excited about a lot of these. Okay, here's 4. I feel like I'm gonna tear through these packs like super fast. Okay, I'll do that again. A Sprigatito. Once again, not super Halloween, but it has a pumpkin on it. And they've been using these ones as like mascots a lot lately. A Houndour. This one's kind of cute, although the background's a little bit basic. The sky would be fun to work with. Oh, Gengar. This is a cool card. I like it. Look at that. I haven't gotten a single duplicate yet. I'm starting to worry. Ready? I'm sure there will be some. We just might have to open a good few packs before I can get to it. Oh, I saw it the first one. Anyway, Pumpkaboo. I think Pumpkaboo is so precious. I really, really like this Mon. And it's a cute card too. So spooky. And then a Houndoom to go with our Houndour. I actually really like the art style. I should hold it in the camera. I really like the art style on this one. Look at that. I'm gonna see how focused I can get it because my camera's a little bit picky with that sometimes. But the line art on this one is so good. I like it. That's cool. Okay. I'm done admiring the Houndour card. We'll keep, or the Houndoom card. We'll keep going. And a Darkrai. Spooky. Yeah, this one doesn't even have anything going on in the background. It's just like shadow. But I guess for like the Nightmare Pokemon, that kind of makes sense. And that was 5 packs with no dupes, which I feel like is better than how me opening like normal packs goes sometimes. So let's gather them all up and maybe open a few more and see if I can get a duplicate. I want something to paint. I feel so weird, like, please give me a duplicate. Because, you know, for any of this kind of stuff, you never really want to have dupes. But this time I do. Let's grab like 3 more for the desk. I'll put them here. Fortunately, we've got lots and lots of packs to go through. I kept my stream in art because we're still painting, but I don't know if this like technically counts as an art stream. Okay, let's see. Ooh, a Gorgeist. This one is so pretty. What? Look at that. It looks all like mermaidy, which is kind of weird. I think it's just the colors that's giving me that impression. That's nice. I like. A Haunter. Oh, this is a cute card. Looks like the Booze from Mario. And we got a Sinistra. Neat also. I always feel bad painting on the holographic cards, although I have done it before. It was with the Volcarona that I had. I had like 2 of the same card, and they were both holographic, but it was a really cool card, and I really wanted to try painting with it. So I did, and I painted on like my dupe holo, and then like literally like 3 days after I pulled a non-holo version of it, and I was really mad. Okay, another pack. A Greavard. Cute. Oh, here's the Ghastly for that, for the Gengar line. And an Ogerpon. Neat. I'm just, like, still so shocked that I haven't, like, found any duplicates yet. This is, like, kind of crazy for me. Another... I was kind of worried this might happen as well, like a painting every dupe I get, but somehow I managed to get absolutely no dupes. I'm kind of enjoying just going through the series, though. There's a Houndstone. Iron Jugulis. That's a neat card. And a Monkey Dory. I don't really like this like series of Mons that much, but I don't know, is what it is. Probably not a card I would paint. They seem to kind of all have that like same structure. I don't know if there's really any like EXs or any like super rare ones in these packs. I think they just have like the shiny ones. But the foiling on the shiny ones is very pretty, so I'm okay with that. Shall we open a few more? I mean, I guess I said like we're opening until we get a dupe. So let's do more. The card painting will hopefully come eventually. I want to dupe of the Umbreon so I can paint that card. That one looked fun. Got a Scream Tail. That's a fun card. I like this. Like that little design on the side. That's neat. A Fuecoco. Look at the little guy. And a Pheasantipity. That's cool. Okay, I do take it back slightly. I think Pheasantipity is cool. I like bird Pokemon though, so I think I'm a little bit biased in that. Next pack. Maybe I should just become a Pokemon streamer. I actually have been wanting to do like a Nuzlocke or something on stream just for the funs. I love Pokemon so much. I don't know if you guys can tell. I do a lot of Pokemon content, but... Oh, here's a Quaxley. That's cute. A Chandelure. I think we got Lampent, not Chandelure, right? Let's go look. Yeah, it was a Lampent. I think I like the Lampent on, or the art on the Lampent card better. And then there's an Okidogi. Do you think they're like in an order? Maybe that's why I'm not finding any dupes. Maybe I should grab a few from like the middle of the box next time. I swear if there are no no, wrong way around. I swear if there are no dupes in this, I'm gonna be so like disappointed. Wait, no, we have this card already. Yeah, right? Right? I have to double check. I don't know why. It feels so weird to be celebrating a duplicate, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah! Okay, there we go. There's one we can paint. Hold on, let me adjust my music really quick. Because that song is a little bit louder than everything else. I'm trying a new playlist today that, like, I always check to see if anyone else has any comments about getting copyrighted, but there wasn't any that I could find on this one, and the creators seem, like, pretty open to, like, making edits or, like, helping if you have any issues with copyrights. So, like, hopefully, because I really like the way this sounds, so we'll see, we'll see. I should leave a link to their channel as well. I'll put that in stream description. Okay, anyway, we got our Phantom dupe. Okay, yes, the packs do repeat. Okay. Good stuff. I was correct. Because this is like the same pack, so they are like set. Cool. So essentially we have seen the entire series through here, which is neat, which means I can get an Umbreon dupe to paint. But that also means that I could do some cool stuff with these. I don't know, I was considering maybe if I ended up having like a ton of extra cards that I was painting on to maybe sell some of them. I don't know if that's something anyone's interested in, but I might put them up on Etsy. For now, let's worry about painting. I'm gonna open just a few more to give us some options. Just while we're here. Definitely not because I want to paint on that Umbreon. I think definitely though, you probably don't need a whole pack of these to yourself, then you can share. Cause yeah, the packs do work the exact same. Like you get the same 3 Pokemon, like per pack, and they kind of repeat. Neat. Okay, I want the Umbreon. Let's go find the Umbreon. I think that's the card I was the most excited about, so I don't know if we'll paint it right away. But we'll definitely get it out of here so I can so I can paint on it in time. Here's the Umbreon. This is such a gorgeous card. I really like it. Should I keep the little Pika pumpkins on them? I feel like I could. They're really cute. Okay. Giving ourselves lots of options. Oh, so I can also paint on that Houndoom card that I really like. That's good. I want to do that one too. But I feel like I want to start with something easy because I'm not the best landscape painter, so I feel like I'm gonna need a little bit of a warm-up card with an easier background on it. Okay. And then this one is the Haunter Gorgeistia. Alright. We'll pause opening for there. And I'm gonna pick one to paint on, because that's the point of the stream. I want something easy, so I'm gonna like rule out some of the more difficult cards. I could maybe do the Pumpkaboo. I don't really want to do that one. I really want to do the Umbreon, but it's gonna be later because it's complicated. I really have ideas for those. The Limerick is cool, but like again, I don't really know what I'd paint on the background. I'm feeling like maybe let's start with a Phantom. I think that'll be like a decent place to start. So I'll get myself set up for painting here. I'm gonna set this deck aside because that's just like the full collection for the Trick or Trade. So I'm just gonna keep that for myself. And all of the other ones can be painting fodder. I'm feeling like a bit of a side hustle here. Okay, let's get set up. I'm gonna put some Halloween paper down just for fun, but I don't want anything that's gonna be like too distracting. Let's do this one. Oops, sorry, I bumped my camera. I always feel bad when I do that. I don't want to give anyone like motion sickness. Okay, time to slide my VTuber cam over. Hello. Just get rid of this unsightly bit at the top. I should have done this before stream. I had time to, I just didn't think of it. I feel like I spent more time preparing my VTuber Halloween costume than I did like my actual Halloween costume this year. Because like, it's not very long before Halloween and I do not have a costume picked out. There, and we're just gonna ignore that little bump on the side there. There we go. We're gonna zoom in. God, I love having the boom arm on my on my camera. Although I apologize for anyone who's like who this is bothering. There we go. And let me get some tape and we'll tape it down. I don't know if anyone else is like entertained by painting setup. I like painting setup. I think it's fun, which is why I don't skip it all the time. That and also I forget sometimes, but we're gonna pretend like it was intentional and this is like entertainment. Where is the end of this tape? I can't find it. Like, I feel like it would be here, but other than like where I've it. Oh, wait. I think I found it. There we go. Okay, good. So I'm just gonna tape down the paper. I like having something between the painting thing and my desk. This desk is old and technically like it's not a huge deal if I get paint on it, but I still would like to be cautious. Mm-hmm. Ugh, I've been loving all of the new setup stuff for stream though. I know I keep talking about it, but for real, they make my life like so much easier. It's so nice. There we go. And then we need one phantom card, please. I'm just gonna adjust my lighting a bit so I can see better. Same with my camera. There we go. I think that should be okay, and you guys can still like see me there, so that's partially, that's pretty important. Okay, let's start painting. I should have some gouache here, and I think I do actually want to go over the surface that I'm painting on with gouache this time. I don't always do it, but I feel like for something like this, it's gonna be a good idea. I'm just actually gonna manual focus my camera because we're gonna be down here for a while, so I would like you guys to be able to clearly see what it is that I am doing. So let me just hop into my webcam properties. Hello? Would you like to... There we go, configure. No, bring me back. Bring me my config window back. There we go, right about there. Apply. Here you guys go. Yeah, I don't always bother with manually focusing my stuff, but we're gonna be up close and personal with the cards for a while, so I feel like it's a good idea today. Alright. Let's start with some painting. I have acrylic paints. Whoops. I just went to all that effort focusing my camera, then I hit it. And I've got paint pens for a little bit of extra help at the end, with like line work or whatever else I want to do. Got a ton of paint brushes. I came prepared today. And I've got my paint water off to the side and it looks gross, so I'm not putting it on camera. And then I also have this, which is acrylic gouache. So it's like essentially a primer for the card or for whatever I'm painting, but today it's for the card. And again, I don't always bother with gouache, but I feel like gouache is worth bothering with today. Simply because this is not like the best surface for paint. It could be worse, but just for like the sake of keeping everything like super high quality, today we're gonna prime it. Although this primer, I feel like needs a bit of a mix because it's going on super thin. I think I'm gonna keep the Pika pumpkins. I think the Pika pumpkins are cute. I'm gonna give this a bit of a stir, I think. There we go. Now it feels a little bit more mixed and it'll hopefully be a little less watery. Yeah, there we go. I feel like I don't need to be putting it on quite so thick, but that is what it is now. The eternal struggle of trying to keep my face in the VTube camera while also focusing on what I'm painting. It's okay, it is what it is. I'm trying, guys, I promise. Okay. And yeah, oops. The paper is behind it, so I don't have to worry about, like, going off of the card. Because it's such a small surface, you kind of are bound to get a little bit of paint outside of the card. I'll go back in with like a finer brush and I'll pick around the Pika pumpkin. It's like a tongue twister. I'm glad we found some dupes. I was starting to get worried after a bit there. Okay, I'm actually gonna brush a little bit of the gesso off just because I did a really thick coat, And I would like for this to dry in time for me to be able to do some work on it. Okay, there we go. That should be okay. I'm gonna put that in the water for now. And we have a drying phantom card. Gesso doesn't typically take too long to dry, so I'm gonna stare at it for a minute and try and figure out what I'm gonna do with the background. Because kind of all we really have to work with here is like the grass on the bottom of the card and a little bit more like trees and sky up top. Where like, you know, this like little background continues. Unless I like wind the river back around into the foreground, which I think could be really fun. I don't know how many cards we're actually gonna get done today, because this is like, they take a while. But I still thought it would be a fun on-stream activity to do, so here we are. And I think, I don't know, I think I'll at least be able to get through like 2 or 3 in 3 hours. That's my guess. I don't know, I might be way off base, but... Okay. I'm grabbing just a couple more brushes that I didn't grab from my shelf earlier. Let's pick out the pumpkin. This one's kind of stiff. I need new brushes. These ones have kind of seen better days, and they're all pretty cheap, so... Yeah. Maybe I'll gesso up a few cards while we wait. That might be a good idea. I don't want to... Okay. I don't want to, like, wreck the gessoing on this card. Ah. There we go. Okay. I won't tape any of them down for now then, just so I can get through a little bit of gessoing. I have a whole ton over here. So I know that I want to do the Houndoom for sure. Same with like the Umbreon, if I can find it. Let's take a look here. Sorry, I'll let you guys see the cards. Did I set it in a different pile? Oh wait, no, it's right there. Let's see what else. I do not think I have the technical ability to do the Lampent card. So, maybe the Pumpkaboo. We'll do those 3. I don't even know if I'm going to get through all of those cards this stream, but we'll start with those. I'll at least prep all of them. And then if they don't get done now, I will probably do a little bit more off stream at some point, just because this is a really fun activity for me. Okay. There's the brush I was using for gesso. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a wipe off. Because I got gesso like all over it when I mixed the paint together. There we go. I'll prep the Pumpkaboo next. It can have the little hot seat with all the gesso. And then this will give the first one a little bit of time to dry. I guess I also have other stuff I can open while I wait for stuff to dry, so maybe we'll do that, and then I can get the advent calendar out. Fortunately, I think I have enough room on my desk that I can just, like, move to another section without disturbing all of the stuff that I'm gessoing. Okay, and then up the sides. This is always, like, the scariest part, because I know it's, like, inevitable that I'll get, like, a little bit on the background, and, like, the goal is that I'll be able to match the colors well enough that it'll kind of blend seamlessly, but I don't want to ruin any of, like, the super nice details of the background, and I don't have, like, that steady of a hand, so... I like the Pikachu pumpkins. They're staying. I'm not super worried about, like, the card being entirely, like, opaque covered. I just want it primed a little bit so that it's a bit easier to work on. Okay, Houndoom, your turn. Obviously, I'll go in with more coats of paints and that'll cover up all of the stuff completely. This will just make it a little bit easier for that to happen, you know? I think that's the idea, at least. I don't use gesso as much as I feel like I should. Oh, these ones are evolution, so I gotta cover up the little evolution bubble in the corner. It's like the same thing as my line art hyperfocus. I'm now, like, having a hyperfocus on gessoing. Just so I don't cover up anything important, like the Pikachu pumpkin. There we go. And one more. But I'll see. I'll actually probably have to work back and forth between cards here. There we go. I really like this card. I am a huge fan. I'm a sucker for all of the evolution stuff anyway. But this card is just so beautifully illustrated. I don't really even know if I'm gonna be able to do it justice, but I'm sure gonna try. At least I have, like, I know that there are going to be more in that box, if I mess this first one up, but the goal is to not mess it up. I feel bad having to paint over the little Eevee. It's okay, he's just like a little secret there now. There we go. Okay. I think I definitely put too much gesso on the Phantom card there. You can just, like, see how thick those strokes are. Yeah, it's okay. We'll leave it for a few minutes, and then in the meantime, I will, well, clean up the spot on my desk, jeez. But we'll go to a different part of my desk, and I'll open up the advent calendar. Gonna have a sip of coffee first, though. Okay. Let's head over. Is that as far as my camera will move? Sure is. Okay, change of plans. We're gonna go other side. Just send stuff flying, why don't we? Okay. Welcome to over here. There we go. Okay. Hello. So, I have this, my Midnight Tarot advent calendar for Halloween. This one is... There's a bug on my desk. Get off. Go away. It's on my camera. You guys can see it. That terrified me. Spooky season indeed. I didn't like that. Where did that come from? Ew. Anyway. You need to recover for a moment. Okay, I have this Halloween advent calendar. It's by Sticky. It's got sticker sheets in it for every day for 12 days leading up to Halloween. I've been opening it on YouTube Shorts and it's been a ton of fun. I'll show you what we've got so far. This one is little cats wearing Halloween costumes. I opened this one in stream last week. And then I got this one. This one like feels very fairy tale-y to me. I like it. And then these ones, they kind of feel just like planner stickers. I like them, the little squares. Got the ghosty sheet. I really liked this one. And then this more like cozy fall vibes witchy sheet. And then this is my favorite sheet I have, at least thus far, is the little ghost cats and the little crows. And then I've got bunnies and bears and their little vampires. This one is also really cute. And then today, so they've all got this like tarot card design. So today we've got like this really pretty like writing desk kind of vibes with the candle and the pens and the ink. I think that's pretty neat. I like that. Shall we see what's behind door number 8? Ooh. Oh my gosh, look at it! There have been a lot of cat stickers in this calendar, and I am not complaining. They're so cute. I like the vibes of this one a lot. I think this or this one are maybe my favorites. But I like some of the less like descriptive, like just general Halloween stickers as well. I think those will be fun for sketchbooks. That's super cute. I like that. And I edit all of those down and I post them on YouTube Shorts, so if you have not seen the other ones and you would like to catch up, I do have a link to my YouTube down below in panels if you would like, if you'd like that. Yeah, so that was our Halloween Advent thingy. And a terrifying bug. I hated that. Okay, let's get zoomed back in. Okay, I think they are mostly dry now. So, that's all of them too, not just the Phantom I was working with. So, definitely the thinner coat of gesso was the way to go with that. Let me readjust my camera. Okay, so, that was the scary part. Because now I have to paint. This is what I signed up for. This was the point of the stream. I don't know. I think the best way to do it is kind of just to get going and hope for the best. Believe in myself. Have faith. I think I'm gonna just start by, like taking this grass down. I'll make like just a general grass color, and then I can add like more details in finer blades of grass and more flowers and stuff. But I'll start with a very general green. I'll try and mix it to like kind of the overall color of this grass. And then, yeah, like a swoop like that maybe. I haven't done color matching in a hot minute, so this might take me a little bit to get right. But the grass definitely has some blue in it, so I think that's the first thing I want to add. And then I'm going to add a little bit of red to the green as well to kind of tone it down. Because the one I have in my palette right now is super vibrant. So that's typically how you do that. Complementary colors will darken. I don't really have a lot of room to show my color mixing. I apologize. This is here. This is the color I'm working with. So let's start by darkening the green a little bit. I have a palette knife kicking around somewhere, but I don't know where it is right now, so I'm just using my brush. Was that too much red? Did that make it look too brown? I don't have enough of this color in the palette to tell, but I think that was maybe too much red. Because I think I'm just making like a really brown purple right now. Yeah, that's definitely not the color we're after. Need a good bit more green. I want my palette knife. Oh no, I got it on the card. No, 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 no. Oops. This is what always happens when I work with paint. It gets places where it's not supposed to be. Fortunately, I can kind of just like do that. Get rid of it. Don't get on the card again. Okay, I do have my palette knife here. I was just blind. There we go. And I grabbed some extra brushes that are a little bit more fine. Oof, okay. Let's take to this. Let's try and get a little bit better color. It definitely did not need as much red as I put into it. It's already kind of close. I want it, like, just slightly darker. And that is where I'm going to add a little bit of black to it. Black is super overpowering, so you're not ever supposed to add very much to a color. But, and I know, like, a lot of people will say, like, oh, never mix with black. I will never say never do anything, because there are always situations that you can find where it is applicable. I would just recommend experimenting with bringing your colors lighter without using black, because it's a good skill to learn, and black can really dull out a color if you don't know what you're doing. Not to say that I super know what I'm doing, but I made the color, didn't I? I am not a painting expert, but I know a little bit better what I'm doing now. I've learned a little bit. This is not, like, super high quality paint. I didn't want to, like, break out the golden acrylics or anything, but... So we'll have to do a little bit of layering here. Honestly, for, like, a super, like, quick and dirty color match, that's pretty good. I don't like the little lines I'm getting left over from the gesso, though. That's my bad for making it so thick. Okay. Try and go around the Pikachu head as carefully as I can. And I want to bring the river, like, curving back around the front here. I think is going to be the plan. So I'll have to do, like, some sort of riverbank there, but for now I'm just focusing on getting the green built up everywhere else. Okay. It goes, like, quite a long way up. Like, you can see it for kind of up until there, actually. But it does get really dark in the background, so I'll probably have to, like, make that a little bit darker. I'm trying to just start with blocking in shapes. When I paint, I'm typically a lot more, like, rough, a little bit more impression-y. It's no surprise that, like, Impressionism and Post-Impressionism are my favorite eras of art history. I just like the sketchier, less refined look. I like seeing brush strokes and all of that good type of stuff. And carry that through. There we go. There's a lot of detail in this background. It looks very pretty, but it is a little bit of a pain to try and capture with all of the paints. I feel like I have to bring my face, like, so close to the card for this. I'm gonna let that dry a minute. It looks pretty rough right now, but I think we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna get us a loose, like, a color for the water as well, I think. Although I think, like, this blue right out of the tube is already pretty close. Just maybe a little bit vibrant. It's got a little bit more of, like, a purpley kind of hue to it. So I'm gonna add a little bit of red to it. Probably need a little bit more of the blue. I hope I don't run out of any paint today. That would be bad. Such a small bit of a palette to be mixing with a palette knife in. Yeah, we'll start with that, and then Just like the other one, I will have to come back multiple times anyway, so kind of just to get a loose color down for what I'm doing here. I'm trying to observe like how other stuff on the card has been painted as well, so that like when I incorporate in all of my details, like I'll know to add rocks on the riverbank, rocks in like a little line of gray to separate these two sections, so that it looks a little bit more true to the rest of the card. I know it looks bad right now. I'll bring it back, I promise. The water, I think, gets a lot more like purple and pink as you go back, too. Okay, I'm gonna get a finer brush for this part. There we go. Spooky, spooky. There we go. Okay. Let's introduce a little bit of water over here as well. I apologize for my VTuber like constantly not being like moving. I have to keep moving my head to try and get like the right angle for this. I can move my camera a little bit, I guess, and that'll probably help. It's just where I have to hold my head right now. Can I bring you guys in any closer? Oh, I totally can too. I'm just trying not to block my view with the camera either, which can get a little bit tricky. Kind of have to learn to work around it. Okay, and then the night sky is pretty much just like a straight purple. So I'm actually going to steal a little bit of this blue, and then I'm going to mix it with process magenta, I think, to get some purple. I'm gonna pretend like I remember anything from my color theory class. Because I did have to take one. And I sure did learn stuff in it, I just can't remember any of it. It's definitely a little bit more blue than red. I might actually add cyan as well, just to lighten it up ever so slightly. I'm sure it could probably use some white as well. Everything can always use a bit of white in painting. That was too much blue. Oopsies. This is often how color mixing goes. It's just going back and forth with a color until it's what you need it to be. I always end up mixing way too much paint just because I fine-tune a color so many times before I'm happy. There we go. That's getting close. I just need like a little bit of white. That's why. It's a huge tube, so I put it over there so I don't like accidentally completely white out my color. And then we just add like bit by bit until it looks about right. I don't know, I see those color mixing videos online and I'm like, how can you like match the color that precisely? Like they're so fun to watch, but it blows my mind. And I've done some pretty good color matching in my time, but it took me a lot of iteration to get it perfect to the color. It's hard. It takes a lot of practice. That's gonna be okay for now. I am definitely not trying to get like spot on because there's a lot of like color variance in the illustration of these cards, so it is always possible to kind of like blend into the color that you add on top. I think that's pretty good though. I'm happy with that. I'll have to blend the trees into the sky as well. Or like, I guess have to put them over top. Later issues. Okay, and now we have this, and it looks very messy. I would like to do a second coat, I think, of all of my colors. I think that'll help everything just look a little bit better, and then I can add... Actually, that sky color matching I'm pretty happy with. That's pretty good. But yeah, we're gonna do just a second coat of everything just to thicken it up. Make it nice and opaque, because right now it's like a little messy. A little bit rough. So let's go over top and clean it all up. There we go. I gotta bring in the fine brush around the rest of the Pikachu head. I have it out. I should use it. Same for like up there. Let me do that. This is always like the hardest part for me. The details on these cards get like so fine. They can be really hard to get and to match up. Obviously, the illustrations on Pokemon cards are like so beautiful. So I only hope to be able to paint scenery as like half as well as it is on a lot of these cards. There we go. There's a nice deep blue for the river. And obviously these will need a lot of blending and additional colors to make them actually look the way that they do on the card, but it's good to have a base down, I feel. There's some nice purple. Oh, I love the sky color so much. I'm so happy with how close I got that. There we go. Well, that's a start. I like the way that that's starting to look. I'm gonna have a sip of water. We should all probably hydrate a little bit. I'm sorry, my desk is shaking a little bit. Okay. And obviously I will chase my water with some coffee, because that's what we should do. Okay, well, I'm already quite happy with this start. It feels encouraging that I've been able to match the colors. I will have to let the background dry for a few minutes. We're like an hour in. Do you guys want to open a Unicorno? I want to open a Unicorno, and that's what's important. So let's once again go over to the unboxing side of the desk. Hold on, I just gotta move a few things. I wore like my nice Halloween sweater today because obviously spooky season strength, but I'm like so scared of getting paint on it. Because it is like one of my favorite sweaters. Okay, over here we go. Woo! Let's open a Unicorno. Just while we're here. Okay, oh, I like immediately ripped the Batwing. I don't think that's how you're supposed to open them. Here, I'm gonna bring you guys a little bit closer to my face as well. There we go. So, I guess we're gonna rip it in half, because that's how I opened it. Oopsies. Hey. Let's see what we have. I got my coworker who is having like a good luck day to pick these out for me. So hopefully they will be the ones that I want. I guess I should show you guys like my hopes for this series. So I'm after this one, like the little devil one. I want Reaper. I want Count Carrot. I think that one's my favorite. So let's see. Hopefully I get something that I want. There's not really anything that I don't like from this series, so I'll be happy either way. But those are the three that I'm really hoping for. What are the little hair tabs? What's behind Unicorno number 1? It is... Oh, it's the pumpkin one. This is the one that I didn't really want because I already have a pumpkin one, but I will admit that it is really cute, so I don't mind. I do just like the spooky unicornos, so I'm easy to please. Cute. I like. Actually, and I like it more seeing it in person too. The colors are very fun. Kind of matches all of the Halloween colors going on in our paintings as well. That's cute. Maybe we'll do them like on the hour. And they come with, if I can get it out, a little sticker and a little collector's guide. Super cute. Okay, I like. I'll put this guy back in the box and we can open another one in an hour. I'll space them out. I think that's probably the best idea. I'm gonna move my other boxes. Okay, let's travel back over. Oh, I turned my phone off, that's why. I'm like, what happened to my VTuber? I turned my phone off. Oops. I just have to do one thing and it'll come back. There we go. I just accidentally turned my phone off, which is the camera that my VTuber uses. So obviously... And that off too. There we go. So obviously that turns off the camera that my VTuber is using. There we go. Okay, we're good. This is way better than the VTuber issues I was having last week, so... I'm on USB now and it works way better. Zooming back in on our Pumpkaboo. Or not our Pumpkaboo, it's Phantom. That Pokemon. Okay. Now's the hard part. Picking out details. So first thing I noticed is that there are these like lighter patches of green in the grass. So I am gonna mix a lighter green color for us to use. And the nice thing is that we already have the general grass color mix, so I can just bring some of this over here and add some lighter green and like a little hit of white. And we can work ourselves towards this like lighter green color without too much trouble. I say too much because it's still going to take me some iteration, but there. So let's let you see what I'm actually doing here. I think it actually needs a little bit more vibrance in the green. It looks to be like a pretty bright green, so we'll use like the green straight out of the tube because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to like mix my own green. And the green out of the tube for this set is pretty good. Okay, that's definitely too much. Tone her down a little bit. The constant battle. That was too much white, and now I'm hitting my camera. Oh my god, sorry. There's a lot of very slight variants in the grass. So I'm gonna start with this color and then we will play a little bit with the magic of layering, I'm sure. Where'd my like super fine brush go? I had it. Did I put it in the water? Nope. I had it out and now I don't know where it is. Wouldn't be an art stream without me losing track of one of my brushes. There it is. I found it. Okay. So let's just start with adding some of these like nice little patches of lighter green. Oh, these are like so tiny. Oh no. Gonna try and keep in mind like light and shadows, but to be honest, they're just kind of gonna go on there randomly. I'm definitely gonna need a little bit more of like a yellow variant for some of the lighting. I like how I chose this one because I'm like, oh, this should be a pretty easy one to start with. This part isn't easy. This part sucks. Okay. I'm just kind of trying to incorporate these patches in the same way that they're incorporated in the card. I think they're pretty light dependent in the rest of this background. And since it's under trees, I'm assuming it's dappled lighting, which is great news for me because dappled lighting is really hard to paint. I like that Bro found like a little stump though. He's like, hey, it's me. It's cute. I'm just gonna try and like work these patches out. We're still very much in a blocking things in state. I'm just starting to zoom into some of the finer details, I think. I'm excited to add like more flowers and mushrooms at least. Do you guys think this would make a fun video? I'm tempted to turn this into like a full-length video. Just with like obviously some new voiceover and yeah, just like turning the footage into video. There we go. I'm actually kind of liking the color variants here. I just want to kind of smooth it out between like dark and light patches. Yeah, it would make a cool video? Okay, cool. Then I might consider doing it. I don't know, it's gonna be like so much footage of painting Pokemon cards and I hate for like good art footage to go to waste. I don't always like want to make my streams into videos, but this one is different. Pokemon card painting is fun and I'm tempted. Okay, I'm actually really liking the variants I've got with the grass here. I'm just obviously gonna push it further. I'm gonna make like kind of a gradient of color here by just subtly adding more dark into these light patches so that they don't feel quite so abrupt. I hate to admit it, guys. I'm actually having fun doing the grass rendering. I'm just like sitting here like dabbing the page with colors and it kind of goes hard. It's quite fun. Kind of integrating it all together is cool. I know I'm not going to be able to get down to like as fine of details as the card is printed in. I'm no expert like that, but the range of colors I've been able to get so far, I'm quite happy with. I want a little bit more yellow for around like the riverbanks, but yeah, I do not have the brush available to make the grass blades that fine. Like, I need to go buy a new brush. But yeah, I think with some little flowers and stuff, this is gonna look super cute. And I'm actually gonna get like a little bit of yellow for the edge here, and I'm just gonna paint it directly onto the card. As opposed to mixing it into my green. Because that's how a lot of the highlighting seems to be in this one, is that stuff just has like this like super subtle yellow highlight on the edge. That's too white. Let's add a little bit of yellow in. Kind of just like this glow from the moon. I think it's a little bit more of a golden yellow, so I might add some color to adjust it. Very good. Again, it's so hard to get my strokes that fine. Ah. I don't think my Posca paint pen is the right color to do that with either, so I can't even cheat that way. Okay, yeah, and then let's work in that kind of gradient around the sides of the card. I think it's a little bit more shadowy over here, so that's a little bit easier to do. I'm gonna bring in just like a little tiny bit of blue on the sides. It's because the tree shadows and stuff are kind of done in like this deep like bluey green. Oh, this is so good. I'm so happy with this. I'm really getting back into like the painting mood with this one. Fun. Okay, and I'm gonna just add like a little bit of deep green here to bring out the shadow of the stump. I do still like having the little Pikachu pumpkin stamp on it. It's cute. I'm happy I kept it. I feel bad getting rid of it. Okay. The little flowers are so small. I'm like wondering how I'm even gonna be able to... Sorry, my cam is so shaky. It's just because I'm like touching the desk, and the moment I do, it starts like shaking. And it's like you're so zoomed in that you see like even the very fine movements. Yeah, but I'm worried about my ability to even be able to like capture the flowers, but they look so pretty. I really want to. So let's just like try. Let's put some on the riverbank here. I just need like the finest little amount of paint on my brush. Fortunately, they're very simple shapes. So I can probably kind of get them blocked out down here. I'm trying to just remember to have fun with it. Not letting the fear of like ruining the card stop me from trying. It's paint, so I can always go over it. And I hope it's okay that I'm not talking so much a painty stream, which means that I am always a little bit more focused on the painting because I want it to look good. My hand is like so shaky right now. It's awful. And then just like the tiniest little dot of yellow in the center. This brush is definitely like not it. I'm never gonna be able to get those like clean lines. I'm having to bring my face like so close to the canvas here too. Or the card, whatever it is I'm painting on, because it's so small. There we go. That's a little bit closer. And then they just need like a little bit of shadow. Oh my gosh. I'm not a big fan. Hydration reminder? I've been hydrating. I'll hydrate. Just give me a sec here. I'm gonna finish up the lighting on these and then yes, I will hydrate. I feel like this might be a Posca pen moment, picking these guys back out. Because that was like the shakiest I think my hand's ever been when painting something. So they look all blobby. I am so tempted to add like another tree stump or like just another tree in general, but I don't wanna... I don't know if I want to try and mix brown right now. Look at how messy those poor flowers look. Let me try and just like train my brush tip back to a point real quick, because this one's kind of gotten a little bit goofy. I might try and go over the flowers again. They're such a small detail, but like it's the small details that matter. Yeah, I feel like I might have to flush those out with the Posca pens towards the end. They're like little yellow flowers too, but I have no idea like if I'm gonna be able to. I could just do like little yellow dots in the grass. Make the flowers like a little bit more abstract, like I'm good at. Painting a Pokemon card, but it's Impressionism. See, that looks way better. I love adding like little bits of color like that way through the cards. So why don't we do a little bit of that? They can be like dandelions or some flower like that, I'm sure. I like dandelions, even if they are a weed. They're a very pretty looking weed. Yeah, I think the yellow definitely adds a little bit more life to this bit of the card. Because it was looking a little bit plain down here. And I do not have the patience to render out like a bunch of individual flowers. So I am very much okay with just doing like a little bit looser like this. Still makes the card feel like it's in my style, I guess. we go. Carry out the ones up there into a little bit of yellow as well. A little bit on this island. Just to make it look like it was a part of the card all along. A little bit of shadow to the edges. Make it blend in with the darker parts. There. And then I'll do a little bit of our dark green, like directly underneath it. There. Okay. Yeah, playing into my strengths here was definitely the move. That looks way better than the red flowers do. Get it back over for you. And I like that. I might just add like a little bit more like highlighty bits. Again, so there's a little bit of variance. I think having all of this like variation in color is the key to painting a convincing landscape, even if you're doing it like very loosely like this. Because, you know, that's kind of just how landscapes work IRL. There's a lot of different colors going on there other than like the strict like green, blue, yellow. Okay. Now the rocks are like gray, but it's not like strict gray. It's a little bit of like blue, purple, gray. So I'm gonna start with obviously my blue and my purple and add some white to them. I will probably use a little bit of black. You can make gray without black, but in interest of all of our time today, I'm not doing that. It's a little bit warmer, so I'm gonna add a touch of red. That may have been too much red. I'm sorry, you guys cannot see the palette, can you? There we go. There we go. I think that's about what I'm after for the rocks. Yeah, that's pretty close. I am no color mixing expert, but I am quite satisfied with how my color mixing and matching has been going today. I will say that. So we're gonna add in just some rocks here. Where are we at for time? Oh yeah, we're already an hour and a half in. Painting Pokemon cards always takes longer than I think it will. I mean, painting period always takes longer than I think it will, I think. I don't know, I'm so used to drawing and being able to get ideas out really fast that when I go to painting, I'm like, what is this? Why is it taking so long? There we go. That's pretty cute. I like that. And we're gonna take... Honestly, I think I need a deeper green than that. Okay, let's add just a little bit of this. Yeah, looking at the background, there's like a very dark edge underneath all of the rocks that kind of then blends into the blue. So I'm gonna try and do a little bit of that over here. This area is also just not as like highlighted by the moonlight, so I think it's gonna be a little bit shadowier. I'm still gonna try and bring out some like color and a little bit of purple in the water. Just definitely gonna dim it down a little bit For now, I'm also just going to focus a little bit more on the shadows on the rocks. Because these would all be like just backlit like this, I think. With a bit of that yellow light as well. I honestly don't know how people who do these card paintings like professionally keep their acrylic so flat, because I can never. It always gets so textured. And I'm gonna put like a top coat on this as well to protect the art and make it all look like smooth and put together, but yeah, I don't know how the card artists do it. Let me rinse this off before I try and get like yellow for the light. My palette's kind of getting messy. That's always what happens after a lot of painting. I love doing like edge highlights like this on stuff. It makes them pop so much. I'm gonna come back with my rock color and like thin them out just a little bit, but there we go. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I definitely want to lighten up the water over here. I think I brought it a little bit too dark. Water texture is something I have a little bit of an easier time with, because that one is like just a very like loose and brushy thing you can do. So I'm gonna bring a little bit of purple, a little bit of light blue in here. I'm kind of like wet mixing like on the canvas as well, like not letting my paints dry fully so they kind of mix into each other when I lay them down. I typically like doing that. That's always really fun for me. And it doesn't look like we've got a whole lot of reflection going on in the water other than like the moonlight. So I'm just gonna add like a touch of yellow. Nope, that's not the yellow I'm using, is it? Gonna just add a touch of the correct yellow. A little bit here. So we have that motif continuing down the card. And then a little bit of white on the edges as well, which I might come back in and fine tune with Poscas later because my hand is shaking. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is awful. Sometimes when I'm doing hand detailing, or not hand detailing, fine detailing, I get so anxious and my hand just like starts vibrating. And then it makes things worse. So let me just clean up this down here a little bit. There. I am going over most of that. I might fine tune it with Poscas in a little bit. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'm liking it. I want to bring in a little bit more like shadowiness over here. We're going to go up into this part of the water now. I'm really excited to do the sky, but I'm gonna finish up with the water first. That's looking pretty nice. I like it. I'll hold that up so you guys can see it. I think that's probably my best Pokemon card painting job yet. I'm not done yet, obviously, and obviously it's not perfect, but honestly, considering like some of my past experience with it, I think this is really good. This is making me excited. Okay, I'm gonna mix a little bit of blue into the green because I'm gonna do the treetops now, and the ones in the back are very blue. I'm gonna make kind of the edges of the card go into these like big tree canopies. So we have just like a little glimpse of the moon there. There's not a lot of planning going into these. I'm kind of just going with the flow, painting what I feel. Wonder if... There we go, okay. And that feathers up into that darker color. Yeah, that makes sense, okay. I gotta kind of talk to myself for this one. Sometimes making sense of like shapes and color is hard. I want to make a little bit more of like a glow around the moon in the sky as well. So make this part like a little bit lighter. And then we'll like blend that out into the rest of the sky. I'm also going to add in some pink. There looks to be like some pink around the moon. Okay, where's my process magenta? There it is. I'm gonna just bring a little bit of purple so I get like this nice purpley pink here. And then again, just like blend that into the sky for the glow. This gives me like a color dodge or add glow kind of vibe from like digital art. It's so weird to think of like traditional art in digital art terms, but that's what this lighting effect reminds me of. That's so cool. I really like it. Hey, these tree canopies, what can I do about those? I'm bringing them close to my face for a second, so I'm sorry that it's off the screen a little bit. I think I really just need to make the colors a little bit closer and pick out the leaves and like the detailing a little bit more in a similar way that I did it on the grass. That makes sense. And I'm gonna do the yellow around the edges again, and then I'm actually gonna blend this into the trees a little bit. So we get a little bit more of a yellow-green around those edges where it's glowing from the moon. And I'm definitely just gonna work, honestly, more straight blue into these canopy leaves. Yeah, okay. And now I'm just gonna take the same colors that I used for the grass and start just adding little splotches like this. So I can do the leaves in a similar method that is already kind of familiar to me because of how I did the grass. There we go. And then we can pick out like some layers in the trees as well. Honestly, I think that's all the canopy layer really needed was a little bit of like picking out of where everything is. There we go, a little line of sky back there. Yeah. I think this one is looking really cool. Oh, is that an ad? Hold up, hold up. Okay. Yeah, I don't want a YouTube Premium ad. Thank you, YouTube. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna restart that one because that was good. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I don't want to do too much in the canopies here because I don't want to take away from like the foreground. I'm okay with having those remain just like a little bit abstract. Add just a little bit of blue to the sky here so it kind of fades away into the shadows. I'm almost out of paint for this part anyway, so kind of a sign that I shouldn't overwork it. I really like how this turned out. I'm gonna do a few things with Poscas just to really make it look finished, but holy, I'm happy with this one. Woo! It looks so good. I'm just gonna clean up the flap. Oops, sorry. I'm just gonna clean up a few spots. And add some stars also. I want like stars to the background, and I just like straight up do not trust myself to do those without Poscas because I need my little like fine tip. Yeah, doing that with like just straight paint would be a nightmare. Like even with this, I feel heavy-handed. There we go. And then up front, I just want to add like a little bit of this to the water. I think is just going to look better with the pen. Yeah, definitely. Little bit of yellow. Not much, honestly. It hardly even needs it. But... And then I'm just going to clean up these flowers a little bit because I think I can do better with the Posca pens. There we go. And a mushroom there, just for good measure. This one is kind of watery. I don't think I shook it well enough, but... I'll let that one dry before I try and immediately go over it again, but... Yeah, I'm really happy with this card. It's cute! I'm just gonna clean up the edge of the Pikachu pumpkin as well. I kind of lost the ear. There it is. Yeah. Oops, I forgot it wasn't taped down. I don't want to do too much with it. Just because again, the Poscas don't necessarily fit the vibe super well. They're just mostly to help me do details that I just literally cannot do with my paintbrush. Yeah, that wasn't dry yet. That's okay. We'll let those look loose and blobby. And then with just like the tiniest bit of outline. That was a very thick bit of outline, but whatever. Is what it is. I think that looks good. There's my first one. I like it. I'm really happy. That's so cool. It took me a lot longer than I expected, but honestly, I probably should have expected that, so. I'm happy with it. I might just touch up this one bit in the sky. I just want to blend the stars a little bit better. Make them a little bit more faint, which is why I'm just like kind of, just like barely any paint on my brush, scratching over them. Just because I think the stark white is kind of jarring. I'm just trying to dim them a little bit. Yeah, there, that blends them into the background just a little bit better. Excellent. I like. That was so fun. I should paint Pokemon cards more. That was really good. Very enjoyable. I'm gonna take a quick break, as should you guys, and then we can paint more when we get back. I might do the Houndoom card next. I am feeling very called to those colors. So see you guys in like maybe about like 10 minutes. Yeah, go take a break. Go get yourself some water or a snack or some Halloween candy. I don't judge. And I'll see you guys back here shortly. Okay, we are back. I'll bring us back over to the sketchbook recording, or the card recording, I guess, today. That's just what the scene's called. So we just finished our Phantom. I think he's very cute. I'm very happy with this card. I think it's just like one of the best landscapes I've ever done. And obviously the card looks great. So I'm gonna set him off to the side. I'll glaze these all like after stream. I'll put like a matte top coat or something on them. I'm gonna tuck my candle out of the way a little bit. Okay. I want to do the Houndoom next. That's the play, I think, is the Houndoom. Because it's a lot of fun colors in like very, very solid colors too, which I think is really neat. I love this like sunset graphic, and I don't want to take away from it too much, so I feel like this card is going to be a lot of very like blocky colors, which is okay because that is what I love to do. Love doing color blocking and all of that good stuff. I just think that the color gradients in this one are super fun, so this down here though is going to be a lot of like just deep purple and blue. So I'm trying to decide here exactly what I want to do for like the bottom of the mountain. I might want to do like a little bit of like extra fire just to make it really cool. Maybe like along just the edges here, kind of like enveloping the card. Enveloping, that's the word. I think that'd be neat. Sorry, I found... That's not coming out of the palette anytime soon. Oh, nope, there it is. Sorry, I was trying to get a little thing off of my palette. Leftover top coat from last time I used it. Anywho, okay. So I am gonna try and get like all of the sky gradient colors mixed off the top so I can use them all. Which will take a minute, but is probably worthwhile. Because we're going to be working with a lot of them. So I'm going to start with an orange. Or at least I'm generally just going to get like an orange, a yellow, and a pink. Like a ready pink started. So that I can like adjust them as we go. Okay, this one definitely is in need of more yellow. I can honestly probably just put the card to the side and we can be focused on the color mixing for a moment. And I'll zoom out so you can see my whole palette. So, for anyone who finds color mixing satisfying, that's what we're doing now. This orange is like blowing out my camera. I promise it's real. Oh, yep, the card orange is blowing out my camera too. They're pretty similar there. I think that's a good start. And then the yellow is like a very bright yellow, so honestly we can probably just use process yellow right out of the tube with maybe a little bit of a white adjustment. Yeah, that's, I think, exactly what I'm gonna do. Big blob of white as always, so I can work with it for my other colors too. But yeah, it's just a very white, or very light, vibrant yellow. All of the cards on this, or all of the colors on this card rather, are super vibrant, and I really like that. Vibrant poppy colors for the win, you guys. I love them. And then there is like a very reddy hue down at the bottom, but it's got a lot of pink to it as well. And honestly, it's kind of even muted down towards the bottom. So to start, I'm just going to mix the red and the process magenta. And then I think if we try and, or well, we will have to, when we try and replicate that like little darker bit, we'll add a little bit of purple to it. But I think that's about right there, honestly. I just want to have the colors like kind of lined up and ready to go. Oops, I got a little bit of red in my yellow. That's not a huge deal. And then when we get painting, we can make like little adjustments to it, but this makes it just a little bit faster for me because I can already kind of grab like the base colors. And this one will be a little bit nicer for me because I don't have to worry so much about like blending everything together and getting it to flow into each other because of how blocky these colors are. So I'm going to start up top on this one. I think that is probably the best play. The colors do get like super fine in some spots, but we're going to do our best here. And then they're all separated by a black outline, so... I think honestly a little bit more pinkiness in that red or in that orange there is gonna match even better. That is one thing with like having like just blocked colors like this is that you gotta be like spot on with your color matching or it won't work as well. I should actually put this on frame for you guys. That just came to my attention. Oh good, I just stripped off part of the gouache. That's aight. Okay, I'll zoom you back in. Sorry. Right about there. There we go. Now you can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, this is why I put the gouache down first, because it's hard to get just the straight paint to stick to the card. I'll need to layer that spot a good few times now. As I go for the outside, I'm going to be able to kind of like make up the way that these colors are all kind of like twisting together. Which I think is pretty neat. But it's going to be pretty rough until I get a few layers of these going. And they start to look a little bit more like clean and smooth, you know? I think it's mostly going to be this orange color around the outside, but I can see like little indicators of like bits of yellow being kind of mixed in along the top. Yellow and that like peachier color, so I do still want to include those. Also just because there's such nice colors all around that it'd be a shame not to, so. And then I think once I get my flats down, I'll open another unicorn. We're already at 2 hours. Crazy. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to get more than 2 cards done today. I'm probably going to just have another card painting stream next week or something. I really like doing this and I want to do more. Give me an excuse to use the devil costume again. I'll have to bring that little bit of red up too. From the flame from its mouth. There we go, that's really pretty. I just really like the colors in this card. How's that peach? Oh, pretty good, pretty spot on. Good. This one I think is going to present its own challenges compared to the Phantom. I mean, they're all going to have like their own interesting little quirks, but yeah, this one being flat colors is color mix or color matching rather becomes super important on this card. I'm gonna end up layering up the red at the end, just because it's a super dark color and it'll go on top of everything else pretty well. And then that bit's gonna be yellow. And then we should just have like a few more streaks of this peach color down towards the bottom of the sky. Ugh, this sky is gorgeous. I love it so much. This card is so neat. I typically try and collect cards for the art on them just because, like, honestly, collecting cards for, like, rarity or price is so difficult. I've ended up with some really nice, like, super rare cards, but I don't know. It's more fun to just get super excited about the art on them. And it is for that reason that I don't like a lot of the alt art cards where it's just like the Pokemon on a plain background. Because they feel a little bit like anticlimactic to me. Because, like, yeah, it's this super rare card. Too bad it's boring. Like, I feel like if it's like a super rare art, like, go all out with it. Make it really cool. Make it something that people want to have for more than just the money. This is already looking cool. I will definitely work on getting those colors a little bit more flat, but for now, let's bring a little bit of red in. That's like a much deeper red. I shouldn't just be adding that bright red to it. Although, actually, I take that back. I take that back, you guys. I think I can make this cool. So we're gonna carry that, like, all the way up to the top, right? And then I would add, I need, like, a touch of green on that red. Just to bring it, like, super, super dark. To that almost, like, burgundy red that they've got going on there. And then, like, we can kind of have it, like, layer, kind of gradient a little bit. There we go. Nice, nice. I like. Okay. I'm gonna grab a little more processed magenta. I have some left over here. And honestly, I'm just gonna use it straight for part of this, and then I'm gonna bring in the purple. Yeah. Which is nice that I have purple mixed from the last painting, because it makes this part a little bit easier. There we go. And now we just need to clean it all up because it looks a little bit messy at the moment. And obviously you can still see through the paint, which we don't want. So we're just gonna go on top. Typically 2 coats is all it really needs, but we'll see how it turns out, I suppose. I should have done the lighter orange first, but it's kind of too late. We're gonna just try and get these colors to lay nice and flat for me, and also nice and opaque. Which, with that, like, dark black, or like the blue-black underneath from the dark type card, looks like we might be needing a 3rd layer. Because I can still see it. That's okay. We can do a 3rd coat. Sometimes with colors like this too, the warm colors, it can be really, really hard to get good coverage. So, I'm definitely not opposed to having to do another coat. I'll do as many as it takes for the card to look good. Okay. Let's get ourselves a little bit more of that peach color going here. That's a pretty close match. For as quick as I'm doing it, I'm pretty impressed that I'm able to get the colors to match so well. Have those kind of start to swirl a little bit is probably a good idea. This card, I mean, it's fire, so it feels very, like, swirly to me. You know what I mean? Kind of carry that into the top part of the card here. The reds and stuff are doing a lot better of a job of coloring, but yeah, everything else still needs, like, a little bit of help here. Little bit of that, like, white in the yellow there for this bit. And then we'll bring in a little bit more of that red down to that, like, deep kind of purple. Or, like, it's a purpley red. Like a red violet or something like that. So we'll carry it down like that. And then I'm just gonna pick out the edge of this flame again. And then I think just on like the top where there's text, I need to go over one more time to make sure that that really gets covered. It'll look a lot better when I can get like those thin black lines in there. Okay. One more layer. It might not be one more layer. We might have to do a few more layers. I might take a slightly thicker brush. Let's see if that helps. It's still super visible. We're gonna have to layer that a good few times, I think. It's just not a color with a lot of coverage, I suppose. That's okay. I want to start working. Sorry. Slightly like IRL. Change of plans we have to deal with. All good. No worries here. Stream's still going till 1, but I want to start building up some flames around the outside, I feel. So, I'm trying to think of like what the lightest color I should be blocking them out in is. It's probably like that super like light, almost white yellow. So let me just mix up a little bit more of that, and then I'll try and do some fire shapes. Yeah, we're gonna have to build the colors up here as well. Okay, and down the sides here as well. This saves me from having to do like just the super plain dark mountainside for all of this, because I feel like that would be a little bit too boring. I like to add life to the card art when I paint on top of it, not take it away. So let's just layer this up a little bit. I'm gonna do multiple coats to get this nice and opaque here. Try and keep it centered. I'm really bad at that, sorry. And there. That's pretty good. Working with a lot of colors that it's really hard to get opaque and like to give them decent coverage of all the other stuff on the card. But I know I'm going to be going over this with like a ton more colors, so that's not as important there. I'm going to come back into the sky here where it is important though. Just trying to get the numbers and the name covered up here. There. We're getting somewhere. And we'll take a quick pause here while all of this sets to open another Unicorno. Because we're past the point that I said I'd open number 2 at, so let's go over to the opening side of the desk. I'm kind of having fun with, like, just interjecting the little bit of opening content. Let's do this one next. Okay. Please be Count Carrot. It's the one I want the most, and I don't want to have to buy more. The sticker and the card are on the top of this one. Nice. I'm gonna have 3 of these stickers, or more if I decide that I have to buy more blind boxes. Let's see what Unicorno number 2 is. Ooh, it's this one. This is the Jade Zombie, I believe. This is also not one that I was super interested in, but actually it's also one that I like a lot more seeing it IRL. The colors are really pretty on it. I like its silly little mouth. That is quite neat. Cute. Okay, back in your box you go. So far it's looking like I'm gonna buy more of these. To see if I can get the ones that I'm after. Or I'll see if we have any good ones for trade. Okay. Another layer of orange. I think we've, like, almost got the text covered up, but that area is getting, like, way thicker than I really wanted it to be. It's alright, it's not a huge deal. And then I'm trying to observe how the flames work on this, because, like, they're kind of keeping the yellow towards the center, and then it, like, layers out with the orange and the red. So let's kind of keep with that tactic. I'm going to make a little bit more of that peachy orange. Actually, remembering to bring the camera back over to the card is a useful idea. There you guys go. Now you can actually see what I'm talking about. I'm glad that that peach color comes out so good. So... why stop? Why? What? Oh. Video paused. Continue watching. There we go. I need to make, like, I need to download my playlists onto my computer, but I haven't yet. I'm just using YouTube ones. That's one of the upgrades I have noted to do in the future, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Okay, the nice thing is, though, now that we have that yellow all layered up, it's a lot easier to just one and done these other colors on top. I'm gonna go back in with that finer brush to give it actually a little bit more, like, sharp edges, because that is kind of, I think, seems to be, like, one of the defining factors of the style for this card. is those super sharp edges. And those look a little bit too flowy. So let's make those edges sharp. We're worried more about on the inside. The outside is going to get layered more. Carry that up to the top. There we go. That looks pretty good. And then we can immediately go in with this nice darker orange here. I'm trying to find a good brush for this, because I definitely have one that would be like, I should have a few that would be really good for making those like nice sharp edges, but alas, it seems that I cannot find them. They might be in my water already. Dealing with that, okay. Not that one. Let me get a new cloth for this. There. This one is typically pretty good for doing sharp edges when I need sharp edges, so we're gonna try this. See? I'm not trying to be like super strict with where the colors go. I'm kind of just trying to let it go where it goes and then just make sure that the edges kind of end up very sharp so that it matches with the style of the card. I think I'm probably gonna do another Pokemon card painting stream coming up soon. Probably either as a bonus stream or I'll just do more next Sunday, just because this is so much fun. I definitely should have waited for the peach color to dry a little bit more before I layered this on top. Ugh, I think I'm just making it worse now. That's okay. I have one more go, painting over the text. That has just been impossible to get rid of. Oh, what I get in it. There we go. And I might even start trying to do the outlines around those top bits while I wait for that to dry. I'm gonna flip the card upside down for it, because otherwise I promise you I'm gonna put my hand in that paint. I always find a way. I always find a way to put my hand in paint. Hey, we're gonna actually like do our due diligence in prepping the black marker too. Because I want these lines to come out like as good as I can get them. It looks to be doing pretty good already. So start down here. It's like so much thicker than the lines on the card, but this is like the thinnest I have. So we're just gonna do our best here. Just kind of gotta work with what we've got available for this one. It doesn't really look too bad. It just is definitely a much thicker line. There we go. This part I feel like I have to like hyper focus in on. It definitely doesn't match perfectly, but to be fair, I'm still pretty happy with the line art that I'm doing. It is just a lot thicker than the lines on the card. I might try and work it into the card a little bit so it looks like a little bit more like it's designed to be there. That's always the hardest part with these, is like getting what the pieces that you add to blend in with the card. Especially with these like super thin lines down at the bottom. I'm gonna flip the card around. I need to be nice and close. There we go. I'm just trying to blend some of these outlines into the outlines I've got in the sky. Again, just to make it look a little bit more intentional. Maybe the lines are supposed to be a little bit thicker towards the outside. Who knows? There. Yeah, I think that actually looks quite good. Yeah, obviously the lines don't line up the best, but I still think that's pretty cool. I think when I add my flames in, it'll all look a little bit more put together, you know? There's only so much I can do. Okay, let's thicken up the orange here. Now that the paint is dried underneath it, and I'm not just like accidentally mixing it all together. Should also be thinking about like flushing out the rest of the mountain here, because I have not considered that thus far. So maybe I will start mixing some colors for that while we wait for that next little bit to dry. I honestly think I can probably reuse my purple from last time and just like make it even darker by literally adding straight black. Just a little bit though. That was a little bit more than intended, but we're just gonna roll with it. Yeah, I put too much black. More purple. To be fair, the rocks pretty much are just like straight black with like the slightest hint of like purple or blue to them. So that's probably pretty close. I dropped my paint cap. Should probably put that back on. Okay. Let's add some rocks to the inside of this. Yeah, it's pretty close. The nice thing about having like a super dark color is that it'll actually like cover all of this stuff like one go. That part is nice. I want to have his paws because they get kind of cut off at the bottom here. And instead of trying to like paint his paws back in, I'm just gonna have them be covered by like a little like jut out of rock or something. I really like the harsh contrast though against like how dark these rocks are and like how like bright all of the colors in the sky and in the flames are. That's fun. See here, we'll add just a little bit of rock up like that. Although you literally cannot see that brush stroke, especially on the camera, that just looks like pure black. It's okay, we're gonna mix a little bit so we have like this lighter color. And we're gonna add some purple in there. Oops, that was my camera, sorry. For a little variety. I think honestly, I'm just gonna do the same thing I kind of did with the grass on Phantom's card, where I just make it like progressively lighter. Move that. I'm gonna move the palette just over here so I can mix things a little bit quicker. And then that'll kind of play along as well with the style that the sky is painted in, just in a little bit more of a subtle way. Those layers of rocks are quite fun. I like them. There we go. Nice little bit of gradation there. You can see that on camera too. Good stuff. I was worried you wouldn't be able to tell at all what was going on. Oops. Got a little bit of black in the orange. It's okay, I'll cover it up. Okay, let's add our reds now, I guess. I'll be doing this like super vibrant red on top next. I'm kind of counting on the black outlines to clean all of this up a little bit because it does look kind of messy right now. I'm not very good at painting stuff and making it look very smooth. So, it's okay. Once again, we'll just accept that a little bit of my own, like, personal painting style has crept its way onto the card. I'm not good at replication. I think that's okay, though. I don't need to be really for anything. And I definitely got way too much black in the red there. I was kind of like brushing it. I'm like, oh, it'll be okay. But no, it's okay. There, that's a little bit better. I want like a little bit more vibrancy in this yellow down here. So while we wait for that to dry, I'm going to add a little bit more bright yellow to the outsides. Which that also had a little bit of other color in it, but it's okay. That's what I get for not really cleaning my brush that well. Just kind of want this one done before the end of stream, so I'm really trying to make that happen because I've only got like 20 minutes left. And then I'll probably do the other two that I set aside, probably next stream. And then I made a deep burgundy just for the edges. There we go. I'm adding these little curls to the end of the flame just because I like them. Just because I think they look cool. There we go. It's not perfect, but I do like that. A little bit of this like pink to the flames I think is kind of fun. Now I just need to wait for it to dry is the problem. But it is starting to come together, which is good news because I was a little worried. Pokemon card painting is like always trust the process, but then sometimes I forget that. But let's let that dry. I'll open another Unicorno, our final Unicorno. I haven't gotten any off of my top 3 list yet. So maybe this one. Maybe this will be the one. Gonna have some coffee too. Alright. Let's go for a ride, chat. Box number 3. As a reminder, I want this one, or especially this one. Let's see what we got. You really can't get this apart without ripping it, huh? Yeah, there we go. It's okay. Maybe I'll reunite them in my sketchbook. Oh, the sticker got stuck to the little seal here. Oh wait, no it didn't. It's just right pushed up against the top. Okay, we're good, we're good. Okay, my sticker. My little collector's guide. And my baggie. Oh, I can't look. Ooh. Wait a sec. So that's not what I wanted, but that's the chaser? I had to double check because it's a recolor this series, but Yeah, that's the chaser. The one time I actually pull a natural chaser and it's not even the one I want. My luck, exactly. That's still cool. I still really like this one, and I think I like the blue coloring better than I like the pink, so neat! That's the most, like, lucky, unlucky moment I think I've ever had. I'm like, this isn't even one of the ones I cared about from this series, but I guess I have it now. Let's go! Yeah, that's totally the chaser. Wow. Well, I'm gonna tell my coworker that. Apparently he was having a really good luck day. Dang. Put that back away. I don't know what to do about that. Nice. Let's see if my card is finished drying yet. I'm just like waving it, shaking it like one would shake a Polaroid, even though I think you're not actually supposed to shake Polaroids. It's fun, it's part of the experience. Yeah, it's still wet. Like, it's still very wet. We're gonna have to wait a few more minutes, folks. I don't have any other opening left for us to do. So let's just hang out for a minute. Hope everyone is having a lovely day. I'm considering doing a bunch of these and then maybe like selling some on Etsy. Just because they are very fun to make, but I only have so much space. My Pokemon card storage is already kind of running low, so... But I think that could be fun. A little bit of extra cash for me, a little bit of extra opportunity to buy some art for everyone else. Or maybe I'll like maybe I'll do a few and I'll give them away. Maybe I'll make a video of painting a bunch of Pokemon cards. And then at the end we can give a few of them away, just for fun. Just because I like sharing. Okay. I am going to very hesitantly start using the Posca pen on some of the parts that I know are dry, just because I don't want to keep you guys here forever, nor do I want the stream to get boring. Okay, let's kind of just get some detail into the rocks. Outline the pumpkin a little bit. There we go. That wasn't a great outline, but I tried. It's okay. Oops, that's stripped paint. Don't do that. That's not good. There we go. That's what I get for not waiting for my stuff to dry fully, but is what it is. It's fine. I do really like this, like, segmentation. This way of illustrating fire is, like, captivating to me. I like it a lot. So pretty. I got a little bit of black down in the corner. Let's just pretend that that didn't happen by covering it up with line art. There we go. That's still pretty cool. I'm gonna add actually even a little bit more detail in the side of the mountain. Just so it doesn't feel so samey. And it goes with the illustration style of the card already, so may as well. It kind of almost looks like stained glass now. That's pretty cool. I do like that one. I am happy. And it is about wrap time for the stream, so we made good time today. I'll show you the other card. So these are the two that I finished today. Very different art styles. I think the Phantom is still my favorite. It's just so pretty. It's kind of hard to see all the detail on the Houndoom card. Just because of the way, like, the camera renders all of those colors, it kind of blows them out. But I do still like it. My precious, this one turned out so good. And I got a Chaser Unicorno, I guess. This series is really fun. I like the Halloween series. It's a nice, like, cool little, like, just smaller card series. I obviously have two more, which I think I'll probably paint either on bonus streams or, like, next week. For sketchbook week, or for sketchbook time. I've got a Pumpkaboo and an Umbreon, both of which I would really like to get to. So, yeah, I think those will be like a next week sometime kind of thing. Because I'd love to do more. And I'll likely put out a video. There's gonna be lots of card painting in the future. I got a lot of fodder. But yeah, this was a very fun stream. I enjoyed doing some Halloween stuff, even if we weren't super lively today. I know I said games with chat, but there was not enough chat for there to be games with. But I'll definitely do some more of that in the future. And I had fun opening all this stuff with you guys, and honestly, just all of it was a really good stream. So I am happy. I had fun. I'm very happy with my VTube model as well. Yeah, I think that's really all I got for today. Let me just move my arm in a little bit so we can chat for a moment before I log off for the day. There we go. Yeah. I'm still really happy with the VTube model. It makes me very happy. I'm just watching it. Anyway, yeah, that's all I really got for today, but lots of Pokemon card painting goodness in our future. I will likely be looking to give a few of these away, whenever the Pokemon card video comes out, because I've decided now that that's something that I would like to do. Just with some clips from this video, clips from, like, my own recording time, etc., etc. We'll see. I think that'll be really fun. So I'm excited to put that out for all you guys. But it is probably a little bit down the line just because I know how long it takes me to get videos edited. So look out for that in the future. I may be putting out an announcement if I choose to sell any of them, but that's all future stuff. Just, yeah, you can always keep up with me on my YouTube. I use my community tab, so that's where announcements go most of the time. You can follow me here for more Twitch stuff. I typically do sketchbook-related content, but I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm gonna be a Pokemon card painting channel for probably a few more weeks, just because I've been having fun with it. I think that's all I've got for today. I really need to make like I know a lot of people have been migrating like Twitter stuff to Blue Sky, and I am very tempted to make an account over there just so I can make like text-based announcements and stuff without having to use my community tab on YouTube. Because I feel like that doesn't really reach everyone very well. So I'll look into making that, but for now, this is what we got. Yeah, I am not sure what the stream schedule is gonna look like next week, but again, I post those on YouTube. I'll probably do bonus stream Friday, but like for real this time. I didn't do it I didn't do it this week because I like desperately needed a break. But yeah, I will likely do bonus stream on Friday this week. And yeah, like I said, like actually for reals, I will do it on Friday. And if not Friday, it'll be on Wednesday. But yeah, I will post all of that when I decide. I need to sort out like when I'm calling my friends and all of that like personal stuff that like kind of takes priority just so I don't go crazy. But yeah, I think that's really all I have today, you guys. Thank you so much for coming and spending a very lovely spooky season morning with me, painting some really fun cards, opening some really fun blind boxes, and just all of that good stuff. I really appreciate you guys tuning in whenever I do stuff. You are lovely. And I hope that I will see everyone next Sunday for sure, or whenever I do a bonus stream next, or over on my YouTube where I'm posting shorts opening that event calendar. Yeah, that is all I have for today. I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day and a fabulous week ahead. Thank you very much for tuning into stream. Have a great Halloween, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.